"Let me fix this mistake," said the cleaning lady, and the millionaire laughed so loudly that the entire glass-walled office turned to look. The laughter echoed across marble floors and polished steel desks, sharp and humiliating, the kind that makes a person wish the ground would swallow them whole. But what happened next would leave that same millionaire frozen in shock, staring at the very woman he had just dismissed as invisible. Before we continue, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who believes in kindness, and subscribe to the channel if you believe in second chances. Comment below where you're watching from, and let's spread a little hope together. The headquarters of the company towered over the city like a monument to success. 40 floors of ambition, glass reflecting the sun like a crown. Inside, everything sparkled except the people who kept it that way. Among them was Marta Alvarez, a 58-year-old cleaning lady with silver-streaked dark hair always tied in a low bun, soft brown eyes framed by deep lines of experience, and hands roughened by decades of work. She wore the same navy blue uniform every day, slightly faded at the seams, and comfortable black shoes that had seen better years. She moved quietly through corridors at dawn and long after sunset, invisible to most. Marta had once dreamed of becoming an accountant. Numbers had always made sense to her. As a young woman, she had studied at night while raising her son alone after her husband passed away in a factory accident. But life, heavy and relentless, had forced her to drop out and work multiple jobs. Cleaning offices was never her dream. It was survival. On that particular evening, Marta was assigned to clean the executive conference room after a high-stakes meeting. The long oak table was covered in scattered documents, financial reports, and printed graphs left behind in haste. The company's CEO, Daniel Whitmore, a self-made millionaire in his early 40s with perfectly styled dark hair and an expensive tailored suit, had just concluded a tense discussion about a multi-million-dollar investment in a tech startup. The deal was scheduled to be finalized the next morning. As Marta wiped the table carefully, she noticed a sheet of paper left unfolded near the edge. Numbers caught her eye. Years of balancing grocery budgets and tutoring her son in math had trained her mind to detect patterns. Something didn't add up. She frowned slightly, leaning closer, her brow furrowing as she traced the columns with her finger. The projected revenue growth percentages contradicted the expense breakdown. The decimal point in a critical figure had been misplaced, inflating expected profits by millions. Her heart began to race. She told herself it wasn't her place. She was just the cleaning lady. But she also knew what such an error could mean. Companies didn't collapse overnight because of small problems. They collapsed because people ignored them. With trembling hands, Marta gathered the courage to approach the CEO's office. Daniel was still inside, reviewing emails on his sleek computer setup, city lights glowing behind him through floor-to-ceiling windows. He barely looked up when she knocked gently. She stepped in hesitantly, clutching the paper to her chest, her voice steady but soft as she said she believed there was a mistake in the financial projections. For a split second, Daniel stared at her as if she had spoken another language. Then he laughed. Not a polite chuckle, but a dismissive burst of amusement. A cleaning lady pointing out an error in a multi-million-dollar deal? To him, it was absurd. The sound cut through her like a blade. Her cheeks burned, but she didn't lower her eyes. She calmly placed the document on his desk and explained what she had seen. Her voice did not shake this time. She had spent too many years swallowing humiliation. Something inside her refused to shrink again. Daniel rolled his eyes at first, but perhaps out of boredom or perhaps curiosity, he glanced down at the paper. He scanned the numbers quickly, ready to prove her wrong. But then he paused. His confident expression shifted almost imperceptibly. He leaned closer to the screen, opened the digital spreadsheet, and cross-checked the figures.